I am actually going to go through every single step of my morning routine and talk in depth about what I'm doing. Hello Buns, welcome back to Cinnabun Sundays, a weekly video series where we talk about all things bunny. Now today's video is going to feel a little bit different than my other videos because I am going to be sharing my in-depth morning routine. I have shared my morning routine on this channel before, but usually I do it like a voice overlay. It's pretty, it's kind of quick and just like a vibe. But this one I am actually going to go through every single step of my morning routine and talk in depth about what I'm doing. I saw a different YouTuber do this just about like their lifestyle routine. I think it was Danielle Carolyn I saw do it, but I thought that would be a really great thing to translate over to bunny care because I know there's a lot of you out there who are trying to formulate your routine or are new to the bunny world, or maybe you just want to switch it up, and seeing what someone does and why they do it can be really, really useful. So this video is going to be a little less edited than usual. It's really going to be just like going through each step. So I'm going to be super in depth, sharing everything. So I hope you find it useful and stay tuned for next week because next week's video is going to be Cinnabun's in-depth night routine. So by the end of these two videos, you will know exactly what I do to take care of Cinnabun and why I do it. So starting off right away, I usually wake up between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. I work from home, which is such a luxury. That means that Cinnabun gets fed anywhere from like 7:30 to 8. So let's go to the bunny room and get started. So the very next thing I do is I clean out Cinnabun's litter box, and I use my Dyson vacuum for that. This is the Dyson Animal V7, so it's a bit older. It works amazing. It's the best thing I've ever bought, but I vacuum all around her litter box because some hay usually comes out, and then I vacuum inside. So let's get cleaning. Alright, so the very next step in my routine is the Cinnabun shed. So the Cinnabun shed is definitely a luxury. I am well aware of that, but essentially this next step in my routine is changing out Cinnabun's litter box, which brings me to the sponsor of today's video, the Bum Box. Now I have talked about the Bum Box before on my channel. I absolutely love them, so I kind of just wanted to give an update from last time I talked about them. I have been loving our Bum Box. Cinnabun has been loving it, and you guys really have been noticing that Cinnabun's little back feet have been super clean. The reason I love the Bum Box as a litter box is this is actually made for rabbits. I feel like so many litter boxes out there are just too small, not made for them, but this has been just right for her. So the Bum Box essentially is a litter box that has a soft plastic grate, so you put like the litter and everything below so that when they use the restroom, they're not standing in their pee and poop, and it keeps them cleaner, keeps their bum cleaner, and it just makes your space a little less messy. Now a question that I got last time I talked about Bum Box was worrying about the grate and if it would cause sore hocks. So wire grates, a lot of times like hutches and cages, one of the big downfalls of them is that when rabbits are standing on the metal grates, they get sore hocks. Now this is not the same kind of grate that causes sore hocks. This is a really, really soft, thick plastic material, so it's totally comfortable for their little bunny feet. When you hear grating causing sore hocks, think of like the metal chicken wire or like the metal wire. That is what's cutting into their feet and causing it. This is just a grate that helps break up the poop, and it's nice and soft for her to stand on. We've been using it for 6 months. She's been loving it, and it's been fabulous. And an exciting update with Bum Box is that they are actually coming out with a bigger size. It has not hit the market yet, but stay tuned because it is coming. So Cinnabun is about 4 pounds, and this is the perfect size for her, but I would not recommend getting it if your rabbit is much bigger. But again, this is great for Cinnabun size or like really small dwarf rabbits. It's been the perfect size. She can do a full circle in it. It's the great size for her, but they are coming out with the bigger sizes to accommodate all shapes and sizes of buns because we love inclusion here. So you can click the link in my description to get your own Bum Box. They come in multiple colors, and you can use our code that I will also link below for 15% off. So yes, if you look at my bum box here, I have prepped it. It is nice and clean for Cinnabun. I have a puppy pad. Typically I use biodegradable pads that I have linked to my Amazon shop, but I had these left over, so this is what I'm using right now. And then I do about 2 to 3 handfuls of paper bedding. I use the Carefresh paper bedding. I find it just absorbs her pee really well. But the bum box is great because it just stacks into place. So Cinnabun will stand here and all of her droppings will go in there. So after I change her litter box, I refill her hay. Now this hay bag I got off Amazon. It was like $10 and it's the perfect size. It holds a ton of hay, has 4 different openings right here. So I'm gonna fill that up. I've been using a blend of Timothy and orchard grass, and then I also have some meadow hay just to give her a little bit of different hay taste. So let's fill up her hay. All right, so now that my hay bag is nice and full and my little bum box, litter box situation is prepped, let's go back inside and put it in her litter box cover. Hi, baby. So Cinnabun is always waiting very patiently inside of her litter box cover for her new hay. This cover is awesome. I got it off of Amazon and it just keeps everything inside. So I can place her litter box right in here. And then I hang her hay on the wall right above it, and she is all set. So now it's time for the best part of the morning, which is Cinnabun's salad. Now I kind of switch it up every once in a while, but the main greens I use are the same. Recently I've been using the Fresh Market Spring Mix. Cinnabun is so picky about her greens, but I will say she has great taste because the Spring Mix from Fresh Market is like the only spring mix she'll like, but she doesn't like spinach, so I have to pick the spinach out. I know, she's a princess. She also loves dill, that's her favorite green, so I keep her dill stored in this herb container, which is one of my favorite things that I own. This keeps her dill forever. I love this thing. So let's make her salad. So I use about 2 handfuls of greens. So it fills her plate up, but it's not like overwhelmingly too much. I believe the rule of thumb is like 2 cups of greens per day per like 4 or 5 pounds of rabbit. I'll put the exact stat on the screen, but I found that just eyeballing it and measuring it this way has worked for us, and Cinnabun seems very happy. Literally, you can see me picking out the spinach from her greens. And then I like to top it with just a few sprigs of dill. And that's about it. So I have trained Cinnabun to eat inside of her mini camp tent over there. You can see her even running over. Now the way I did that is I literally just fed her over by her tent, and eventually she started to pick up on it. Now I can just point at the tent and she'll go. So I'll show you, it's really cute. So the next thing on our schedule while Cinnabun is eating her lettuce is I give her her pellets. Now recently I've actually switched over to the Sherwood Pet Health pellets. I gave her the Oxbow Garden ones for a while, and y'all know that we love Oxbow, but I was just finding she didn't really like them, and eventually one day she just stopped eating them. So I freaked out. I thought she was sick. I took her to the vet. We checked her teeth, everything, and it turns out she was just being picky. So when I transitioned her onto these, started eating them right away. So she's really liked those. So if you've been having a problem with your rabbit not liking their pellets, try these out. They're really good and they meet all the criteria that a bunny needs. So for pellets, I feed her about a quarter cup. So this is a quarter cup, and I just fill it up to like a third, a quarter, and I do this twice a day. So this is what I give her in the mornings, and I give her the same at night, and I put it on her snuffle mat. I feed her on her snuffle mat because it just makes it a little bit more exciting for her to be eating. Instead of her just grabbing her food off of a plate, she feels like she's actually foraging for her food. So while Cinnabun finishes up her breakfast, I'm gonna show you the very last part of Cinnabun's routine, and that is her digestive biscuit. Now it's a Wednesday that I'm doing this, so I actually have an extra step that I'll show y'all, but every single morning I give her a digestive biscuit. These are from Oxbow. My vet recommends them. They just are an extra bit of fiber to help aid digestion. So Cinnabun does have a pretty sensitive gut, so once a week, something that my vet recommended to me is this probiotic. It's called 𝒏𝒏𝒈𝒄+, and it's, like I said, a probiotic. So it just aids digestion even more, and it just helps build up her gut bacteria. I only do a tiny bit once a week, but I've found that just by doing this, her poops have been a little stronger and she's been feeling really great recently. So what I do with this probiotic is she doesn't really like the taste of it, so I put it on her digestive biscuit. So it's really not that much, but it'll get the job done. So Buns, that is my bunny morning routine, super in-depth, breaking down everything I do. I do that every single morning, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Comment down below if your routine is similar to mine or different. I'm really curious to hear, but that is what I've been doing for almost 2 years now, and it has really worked. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope you found this useful. I know for myself, crafting a morning routine is so sacred and important, so I hope that if you're on your journey to making your own, you can be inspired by this and make your own beautiful bunny morning routine. I hope you are having a lovely Sunday, and we will see you in our next video. Bye, Buns.